Yes, he has a big
But
shot
it's
behind
mostly
it.
cut off because it's just showing the timer. And they're off. So, hello everyone, this is Speed Gaming 4, restreaming a race for the Sunshine Any Tournament. Today's race, or one of today's races, is Vallu versus Furore. And I'm Average Trey.
What happened?
Oh, hello. And joining with Average Trey, it's me, Samurai Man. Hello, hello. How are you, Trey?
Hello, I'm good. Pretty excited for this race.
Me too. Me too.
No, boys, don't touch that stuff.
What are you expecting from this race?
Well, the favorite to win based on PBs is Vallu, having a 117, Furore having a 123. But for Vallu has been playing a lot of Odyssey recently, as we all know. So he could be a little bit rusty, which could make for an interesting race.
I am most
Definitely.
concerned with the well-being of the princess in this dreadful heat.
So are you rooting for Vallu as he is also from Finland?
Find some assistance.
As a commentator, I probably shouldn't be rooting for one of the racers, but I have
No
my
bias, no
favorite,
bias.
which is... Yes, but I still have my favorite, Vallu, of course, because he's from the same country as I am.
And also arguably the best overall 3D Mario player across all 3D Marios.
Thank you for purchasing this item from Gad Science.
He's always winning that 602 race.
Yes, for many years he's been winning and dominating 3D Marios. And still has better time than me in any percent, actually. For this game.
And also Odyssey, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's pretty crazy. But then again, you've been focusing on like other categories like Darker Side and stuff.
Yes, that makes the actor there that stop playing the certain category, then he just focus on the newer one. But let's focus on this race and the cutscenes. What do you think of these?
But yeah, these cutscenes are great as always. Luckily, so Furore doesn't have her subtitles on, but luckily we can, if you can read Italian, you can read values. That's cool. They show like in English. Do they show like the button icon in the text? There's like an R trigger and like a picture of it.
Yes, they do.
Okay, dude, I haven't seen that in so long. It looks weird right now.
I think in Japanese, with the Japanese version, you see it there because of the text. But NTSC you don't get an option in a menu to put on text.
Yeah, I think in CSCJ you can't turn it off. But on you, I think you can. But yeah, you can't because Furore has it off.
Yes.
So yeah, obviously. But yeah, like we've been saying, Vallu a little rusty. Furore's probably on top of her game, considering in her last race, she PB'd by over a minute, which is pretty remarkable. She went from a 125 to a high 123.
That is very nicely done.
Against Kenny Cola. That was quite a big upset. Probably the biggest upset of this race so far. So, good stuff to her.
This will be definitely an interesting race, since they are sync to sync. Neck and neck, should I say.
Neck and neck coming out of airstrip.
Yes. And cutscenes. More cutscenes, of course. So the beginning of the run for Sunshine is just, well, 20 seconds gameplay, then you have 7 minutes. Then you start actually gameplay in a Delfino Plaza. What is the story of this game, Average?
Oh, the story. Well, Mario's in jail right now. Or no, he's not in jail. He's just in a court case cutscene. Or the cutscene is a court case. And basically, he was confused with Shadow Mario for polluting the island. But obviously, he's not actually guilty, but they claim he's guilty because, I don't know, they can't see Blue versus Mario. I don't know. It's a really bizarre story, but it's a video game, so.
It's a Mario game, no worries about the plot.
Plot, not the most important aspect of Mario games generally. But you know.
The reason? It's quite obvious. This horrible graffiti is...
So in the beginning of the run, they picked up that really interesting item called blood. It has a lot of use in a speedruns for Sunshine.
Oh yes.
It is the main tool you use everywhere. For example, you'll be able to do water slide with it, short hover, then you have different nozzles like turbo nozzle, like rocket nozzle. Turbo nozzle you don't see ever in any prison.
Not 90%.
Unless in there's a new glitch found, but it's really unlikely, but yeah. Turbo nozzle is there.
So now Mario's in jail. I kind of jumped the gun a bit there, but yeah. And this game, you know, now that you have Flood, you pretty much just hover everywhere and then you win, right?
Hover to win, basically.
Probably the easiest Mario game of all time.
I would say so.
Where's the challenge if you can just hover? Honestly.
Exactly. So Trey, how do you beat the game? How do you beat this game?
How do I beat the game?
Yes.
You gotta collect shine sprites.
How many?
Well, in 80%, there's a few shine sprites we can skip. Mainly in Gelato Beach, because of Gelato Beach skip, and also one in Pinna Park. So we're able to enter the final stage, Corona Mountain, with 43 shines. And then ultimately get 44 from beating Bowser. So, pretty sick.
Pretty sick, yeah.
And no, you cannot clip into Corona and skip the whole game.
It's been tested for years and years and years ago, and the loading zone is not there until Shadow Mario is defeated in every stages or collected.
Well, yeah, you can clip, but the loading zone's not there, yeah.
Yes.
That's what I should have said. Oh, and finally we got gameplay coming up. Here we go. We're probably gonna both go for the same approach. Oh no, Vallu's doing the harder movement here.
Isn't it like a second faster route from the normal?
It's like a half second.
Just a half second.
It's very minor for how much more try-hard it looks.
Yeah, it looks like really sick. So we are in the beginning of the race. I may ask you, Trey, what is your favorite stage to speedrun?
Probably for any percent, I would say it's kind of a tough one. I'd probably say Noki Bay, because Noki has the least amount of randomness, and it's like somewhat challenging and interesting. Like Rico's almost too easy, I feel like, and also dying in Rico 4 kind of sucks. So
I have to agree with you. Noki Bay is really awesome stage to speedrun. So there's Mario. He's got kidnapped in Peach, and those
Peach just kind of stands there and then gets taken as a result.
Yes. Let's see, are they gonna go for a quick kill? Vallu misses it. Basically there he was doing the water slide and he was jumping out of that water slide, or should I say the goop, dirtiness?
A goop slide.
Yes, and then from there he would be doing a specific inputs to do the spam spray and get a quick kill, but he didn't.
Ooh, nice early M from Vallu.
Very nice.
Yeah, the Shadow Mario quick kill is essentially like a spam spray out of a sliding state to like instantly kill him. It's pretty precise though.
Every stage is having a different kind of quick kills, which is really interesting. But some of them are really hard, so nobody goes for them. Just how precise they are. So since you were mentioning randomness, do you think this game has a lot of randomness that is affecting a run?
Yeah, quite a bit actually. The first thing being these spiders. Farore had a better spider than Vallu, which will definitely help a bit. I'm having some trouble getting up here.
Oh,
and Farore first to get Wembo wall kicks. Nice.
Very nicely done.
She's taking the lead.
So the spider may sometimes be really far away from you, or just really close to you, or it's right next to the wall. And if it's right next to the wall, there might be a small chance that it clips out of bounds and dies, which is not something you would like to see at all. Then you have to go for a backup spider.
You gotta find another spider, and it's really slow.
And it's really far.
That happens probably like once a year, though. It's super rare. But it does happen.
It has happened to me, unfortunately. So, PD.
Yeah, this is the first actual boss fight. Basically, standing at the side of him, manipulates him to start opening his mouth, and then you fill him up, and then you ground pound him when the arrow appears.
Oh, Vallu having some trouble, I think. Getting headbutted.
Oh man. You gotta spam spray pretty fast or else he'll do that like to Farore.
He'll be turning left or right way when you're like in a position that you're not in a line of sight of him. So like if you're in front of him, he's most likely gonna headbutt you. But if you're behind him or in a side, he's gonna turn around and open his mouth. So that's a small manipulation you can do there.
It's a small one, but it's very important.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you may have to wait a while before he does that.
They
are pretty in sync coming out of Bianco too.
We have. Do you think the movement between these players is gonna make a difference?
Yeah, I feel like despite Vallu being more rusty, he just inherently has better movement from having like a 117 PD. You kind of need that.
Yeah.
But honestly, if Farore just plays consistently, she could hold her own very easily this race.
That can happen, and if there's any mistakes like a threat in a secret like which is coming up, Game of 3 secret being the worst secret where you have to beat it without a lot because Saramaru just wants to steal it away.
He just comes out of nowhere and takes it. I don't know where he comes from, but he's just everywhere, I guess.
Yes, every status has at least one of these kind of secrets. Some status has two. For example, Bianco Hills has two of these secrets.
Although we're not going to see the one in Gelato because of a skip we're going to see later.
Yes.
That I think I've already said what it was, but...
We'll explain it later.
For the one person who hasn't seen it, you'll see it.
So there's a cutscene again, and it seems like... What are they gonna do? They're gonna open it, of course, but we'll see some really nice glitch coming up.
So why are they leaving Bianco when they haven't done all the Bianco missions yet?
Because they want to open Rico Harbor and actually try to do a certain glitch there that they open Rico Harbor, and at the same time when the cutscene is starting and it opens Rico Harbor, you enter back to Bianco Hills, and after the cutscene is over, you go immediately to Bianco Hills, saving you travel time. And there's an important note that Bianco Hills 5 is an RNG that has RNG sign. It has lots of randomness because PD is being PD. PD Piranha has...
Basically, like, everything up through Bianco 5, it's just up to PD, how good you are. I mean, there's some skill with your movement, but really, PD makes a huge difference.
Yes. Isn't there like over 750 different patterns?
776, if I recall correctly.
Something like that.
I don't know how I still know that, but that number sounds right to me.
It is a lot, and isn't like the worst possible pattern from PD like maybe 2 minutes lost?
It's over a minute over.
Yes.
I think like the best versus the worst is like a minute 10 difference. But you're pretty much never gonna see the worst one. That's pretty dang rare.
Yes, it's like I personally have seen just one of the worst, but I don't think I have ever seen the worst possible PD pattern.
I think the very worst is like maybe a 1 in 1,000 chance or worse. Like
yes, it's like it may never happen, but who knows?
It could happen theoretically. So
let's just hope that runners are not gonna have to deal with that. It can be frustrating to lose over a minute just to RNG, and you cannot have any control over it.
Like in my race to Toro Pond, I think I was like 20-ish seconds ahead of him leaving Bianco 4. And then my PD was so bad that we were synced up after that.
Yes, that makes
so it makes a huge difference.
That makes a whole difference.
And we could see the same thing here, depending on what PD does to Vallu. Who knows?
Yeah, this might be that we're gonna see racers leaving at the same time, or Vallu is gonna have a good RNG with PD. We will see that.
Stay tuned. So we're seeing some old school movement from Farore. This is like the pre-Zopiki's task movement.
Yes. It's interesting to see how runners are still opting to go for older strats because they're not comfortable with the newer strats.
Yeah, it's like barely slower, but like whatever works, you know, for a race setting. If you just nail what works consistently, you can get a pretty good time.
Yes, and always do that what you're comfortable with.
Especially in a race when there's no resetting.
Yes. And what is that randomness there as well, Trey? PD is giving for Vallu.
Oh yeah, so on top of patterns, PD can decide to give you tornadoes or not, and each tornado costs 2 to 3 seconds. So getting no tornadoes versus 3 tornadoes is like an 8-second difference, roughly.
Going over the wall. Seems like we are gonna see a decent RNG from Vallu side. From this point...
Farore could potentially get a decent pattern if he does the final place on the second best pattern normally next.
Yes. Like going to that direction Farore is facing at.
Like where Mario's standing right now. Oh, no, he doesn't go there though.
That
It still looks pretty good though. He looks to be stopping at a pretty good spot. Oh no, no, that sucks.
That is something you don't want to see.
Oh, he juked me.
Oh.
That is not good.
Commentator's curse.
Yeah, we'll say those commentators curse.
Fortunately on this point, PD only has 2 directions to go to. Actually 3, sorry, 3.
Yeah, I think coming from that spot to this location, it could still end up being a good 3rd spot, but that's still pretty bad. Farore did not want to see that.
Going over the wall. Oh no, that's not the one you wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it was 3 spots he could have gone to.
Yes.
That was the worst of the 3. Oh man, that sucks.
2 of them being good, and that one being the one you don't want to see. That is rough.
Vallu got a much better PD.
And that was...
That's 80% for you though.
That's the bike alone, you might be restarting over in any percent run. Luckily it's in a beginning of the run, so...
But yeah, still anything can happen. You know, with Vallu being a little more rusty than Farore right now, any secret could cause some trouble. Any point.
Yes. Yes,
still up in the air.
Yes, there's a lot of hard stats still coming up, like Peanut Village having Yoshi Skip, Peanut Park, EYG.
Yeah, mainly Peanut Park. That's a big run killer usually.
Yeah, yes, in the middle of the run, you have a really hard trick there. We will
like pretty much every level in Penna, aside from 2, if you lose time on it, it's like a pretty major time loss. I think every race so far, like something tragic's happened in Penna to someone.
Oh yes, like...
Whether it's like falling down Penna 3, for example.
Yes, that is a really unfortunate situation for the red coins in the Peanut Park 3. Having that pattern, then you just don't get the pattern right, and or the cycle, should I say. Then you have to improvise your movement a little bit. So Vallu is taking this coconut over with him, and he's gonna do the magic.
This is that skip I was talking about.
Yes, that shine is physical. For many years people have been trying to find a way, and luckily, over 4 years ago, it was found. By using
oh man, it's over 4 years old now, that's crazy.
Yes, found on February 21st?
21st, yeah, that's right.
Yes. Over 4 years ago, guys, it was found. Gelato Beach Skip.
I remember getting out of school that day and Samurai Man was tweeting, Gelato Beach Skip is real. I was like, what? This has to be fake. He has to be trolling me. But no, it was real and I was like blown away.
Well, let me tell you the story. When I saw the tweet about Gelato Beach Skip, I was like, no way, this is a real. Then I did it myself and there you go. That's a little bit history for you.
Yeah, that's Toball's one and probably biggest contribution to SMS out of anyone.
Definitely. And speaking of the Gelato Beach Skip, because of doing that, it's an episode X shine, and it opens every shine in a Gelato Beach. So, what's the most important thing is that, sure, it opens all the shines, but it most importantly opens that shiny you need to do Shadow Mario. Episode 7 is always Shadow Mario in every stages, and you have to beat him to beat the game.
And also, both runners got first try GBS. That's pretty awesome.
Very nicely done.
Vallu had a sub 20 gelato. That's definitely solid.
Every time most of the runners are most likely memorizing what kind of time you should have when you leave the certain stage.
Yeah, there's like certain checkpoints, you know, like basically in Pianta, like sub 30 is what you look for.
Pretty much. Sub 20 for Gelato Peach. Sub 17 for Bianco 5. So, what do you think of this RNG for Vallu?
So far so good. The last guy is what really matters though.
Exactly.
So we'll see if he's nice or not.
Doesn't seem like.
Unfortunately that's the bad pattern, but that's
Only
like 5 seconds lost probably.
Only 2 directions for that chain jump to go to, and it chose the worst one.
If Farore gets a good pattern, she could save some time here.
Yes, that pulled the catch up a little bit. So why did he pause there?
So pausing. Basically, Flood tries to tell you take care of your pets, but you can close that text box immediately by pausing.
Yeah.
Like, we already know that, Flood. We don't need that advice. Come on.
So let's see what is the RNG gonna be for Farore's side. Seems like it's the same right now, but
We don't want to curse it.
let's not say until it happens.
Oh, look. It's good.
Look, who is there?
Oh no, but she doesn't quite capitalize on it.
In that situation, you want to get behind him and spam spray there. So you wouldn't make him to turn away from you.
So what she could do there's a thing that I actually found for 20 shines a while ago. If he's close enough to the river, you can spray him and lure him into the river, and it's pretty fast. It's a useful 20 shine strat. It's pretty obscure though, so I don't blame her for not doing it. You might see that, you know, in some 20 shines runs though. Finally getting 1431, that's a good year.
Having a race with Piantissimo.
And the time you get in Piantissimo doesn't really affect how he moves. He has like a set pattern in his movement.
His pattern changes when you race him again.
Right.
Which you don't do.
Which you wouldn't do in an 80% run.
Yes. Isn't there like 2 or different patterns for him, depending on what kind of time you get?
I think his pattern gets slightly faster depending on the time you get. There's probably like 5 different patterns, if I had to guess.
Oh, I wasn't thinking it wasn't that many.
Because like if you barely beat him, his pattern is like a little bit faster. But if you like destroy him, he'll have the fastest pattern, I believe.
Okay.
And I know there's like intermediate patterns. I don't know, like that's pretty cool they programmed that to have like medium patterns.
Yes. So Vallu was using invisibility frames from that wind to get over that coop there. That coop would have been burned him, and he would have been stuck there. And the only way to save for him it would have been a lucky blob enemy showing up and jumping on him, but he got through finally. Fine. I mean.
Yeah, the intended way to do Pianta 3 is pretty slow. You gotta like go below the stage, climb around for like 5 minutes. But we skip all that.
Pretty sure developers weren't intending to have only one way because of how the stage was designed.
It's a really well designed level from a game design standpoint, but it is kind of frustrating for a new player.
Yes.
To figure out that level. And
So
probably got the
okay.
best pattern here.
Is that the second best or best pattern?
I believe it's the best. By like a second.
So here, he's gonna lure him to go to the pot, which he doesn't want to, but oh.
Yo, Farore got a ledge grabless climb up there. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Not sure if it's faster or not, but it was cool. That's a spin jump versus a side flip that goes slightly higher. Yeah, Vallu had a little bit of trouble on that train shot, but he saved it.
So upcoming sign is Spin the 5 shine, where you would have to need Yoshi, but we are speed running, so we don't need Yoshi. We're gonna skip it.
Yeah, Yoshi skip is actually a surprisingly old trick for how hard this trick is, I'd say.
Yes. Isn't it like coming out to be like 10 years old soon?
I think it's 8 years old now. It was 2010.
Yes, that's a lot of time. A long time ago about it. One of the oldest tricks or skips. One in the whole game.
The current setup is much easier than the old setup by sidestepping, but still pretty hard to learn.
And if you happen to fail that, either you will have to hover back to one of the platforms or restart the whole level.
I never actually learned that backup strat. I just kind of like restart the level. I was too lazy.
So what about these chucksters?
They're random with their movement. Unfortunately, Vallu does not get the early cycle here. He does do rat bounce, which allows him, you manipulate him to not stop at these corners. And no stop in the middle. He's gonna rat bounce again, I believe. Yep.
And he's not gonna stop there. Just gonna keep walking.
So theoretically, if he didn't do that and risked him walking straight through, it'd be faster. But statistically, that's less likely to happen. So it's smart for a race to do that.
And it's random for how long he stays there in a stop.
Yeah, he could stop there for like 8 seconds if he wants to. So it's definitely worth doing.
Let's see, Varore's Yoshi skip. Very nicely done.
That was very, very clean.
What if she is gonna get an early cycle and catch up a little bit?
This could be huge.
That will be huge, saving a little bit over 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm. You even see top runners like struggling to get the right ledge grab on the Yoshi skip. That's cool that she got it first try.
Oh,
unfortunately, no early cycle, but he is pretty far ahead.
Just don't be stopped for
Although
too long.
he is stopping for a while, which is gonna negate that, but whatever. Vallu missed the first unlock on that small chuckster. It cost about... Ooh, then he's having some trouble spraying him off, too.
Those are hard to spray, I have to say.
Yep. The little kids have a small hitbox.
Yes. Only 2 of them, though, so no need to worry about them after that.
They also have no money in 120, so you're gonna talk to them.
Yes. Only the bigger pianas are gonna...
Only the adults. I don't think Vallu's gonna get a good time for his standards here. But it happens.
Yes, usually around over 2 minutes, 8 seconds left in a timer is something you want to like to see.
Not even gonna get a 2-minute time though, unfortunately.
That is unfortunate.
Didn't spray her off either. Oh man, that's pretty rough. Oh well, could be worse.
Definitely will be worse.
I believe in Farore to get a better time than that.
I believe so. Let's see how she does.
She does get that unlock. That's one improvement. Opting to not do the spam spray, that can be kind of risky to like, if you miss it, you gotta go back for him.
Yes, you will have to go backwards a little bit.
And spam sprays would save time here too, but I guess playing it safe doing regular sprays, I respect it. And you want to unlock these guys early because they have a short animation of them getting clean before you can spray them off. Like, you can't clean them immediately.
Yes, only males for some reason are just staying there for a while, just like that.
Oh yeah, males take longer to be cleanable than females.
So Vallu is done, and he had over 30 minutes for Pianta Village. Just a little bit over.
We both had pretty similar times in Pianta 6.
Oh, is Vallu gonna go for it? The honey skip.
Oh yeah, honey skip. We're gonna see Vallu kill Mario for some reason. I don't know why. Ahi, ahi.
Ahi, ahi.
Ahi, ahi.
That means miss in Italian for some reason.
And he skipped the cutscene. Look at that.
Yes, look at that. And it's frame perfect. So basically he was setting up himself in that corner, and by clipping through over there and going to that position over the corner, you have to be careful to not clip on bounce from there. That is a position where he was standing that is not gonna kill Mario, because if you're in out of bounds and just stand there for a second, Mario dies. And he was in a position to set up himself to hover, then ground pound after a brief moment later, then start set to trigger the cutscene, but in the same frame he dies and skips this cutscene.
Yeah, back in the day, honey skip was not viable for runs because the setup was so bad. No offense to Stelzig. But nowadays, thanks to how to cancel it, there's a really easy setup that really any runner can do, I feel like, if they put time into it. If Roar's gonna play it safe and watch the cutscene, honestly, like, for a lot of players, especially in a race, you know, it's probably not worth it. Also, you lose a life doing it, and having fewer lives increases chances of gaming over, so.
Yes.
A little more risky in that regard as well.
Yes, because if you die, you lose a life for it, and the time save is like 10 to 15 seconds, depending how well you manage to set up and clip through the ceiling or roof.
And also, we all love the movie.
Of course.
We love those games movies. Like Shadow Mario 27's tongue in that cutscene. It's pretty good.
Speaking of those cutscene skips, Vallu was doing those in a Mecha Bowser bike. Fun fact, only those cutscenes are skippable.
Oh yeah, through the means of exiting area.
Yes.
Which we don't know why it works, but we're not complaining.
We don't have to. Those cutscenes will be like together 5 to 6 minutes long, so don't complain.
I think the first one's like a minute, the second one's like 2 minutes at least, so it's pretty big time save.
Yes. Well, it was that's short. I was thinking like 5 minutes. Okay.
So Pinna 2 is probably the easiest secret. All you gotta do is jump out at these appearing platforms as soon as possible without going too soon. And it's on a cycle, so a pretty easy cycle at that.
Yes, every secret has they're always in the same cycle, those platforms or moving platforms.
Roar's attempting to get the glitchy rocket. Unfortunately, doesn't work out. That's pretty rare. Sometimes a rocket appears inside Mecha Bowser you can grab from a distance, but it almost never shows up.
An interesting thing about that rocket inside of Mecha Bowser, if you shoot it any direction, it actually shoots from that spot where you grab, where the rocket was.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It is really interesting.
What's weird is that it does that most of the time, but I've had it where like I get that rocket and it still shoots from where I have it, so it's kind of weird. Like,
yes, it's like
it really depends.
It is a really weird mystery why it happens.
So Vallu's attempting a pretty difficult strat here.
Those balls are in a cycle.
Let's see if he gets the ending. Spin off the boat. Good.
Very nicely done so far.
Hopefully... Okay. I've seen so many times this tournament, people falling down from there. But Vallu gets off just fine.
By diving a little bit sooner than jumping off from that. Grading, I guess.
I was having a little bit of trouble with mole skip. Unfortunately, if you miss mole skip, it's kind of hard to recover from it. But she gets it.
Yes, if you don't get it, you have to run a little bit far from it so he spawns back. Then react.
And you gotta like time your entrance to where he's not throwing a bomb also.
Yes, if he drops a bomb, you're just gonna get hurt.
On the regular cycle, when you get there 80%, you can just go in immediately. But like if you miss it, you gotta like wait for the right time to go in. Which takes some learning, but she's got it figured out. Anything to avoid actually throwing 3 bombs at him and watching the cutscene of him dying. That's pretty slow.
So what are these wannabe Yoshis?
These are Snooze-a-Koopas, and unfortunately one of the Snooze-a-Koopas is still asleep for him.
Oh,
so he will not get a 1 cycle.
No 1 cycle.
That one was extraordinarily lazy for some reason.
Yeah. It is interesting to see every runner having their own setup or movement for a 1 cycle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's like 3 or so like main setups, but every runner has like a little bit of a variation to it.
Like how they wake them up, then how they move to make them ground pound in that spot, then follow up with more ground pounds from them.
Like I basically do what Nindita used to do, but it's just ever so slightly different, likely tweaked for what works for me. So, and Farore's doing the old school bread and butter pin of 3.
Yes, never,
can't go wrong with this.
Never goes wrong, I would say, unless you missed that.
Unless you missed that. She got it. That's probably the hardest part of it.
Oh,
I gotta get under there. There we go.
Nicely done. So Pina Park 4 unlocks Yoshi, and we're gonna see both of the runners most likely gonna go back to episode 3, and this is where the one begins. Do you wanna explain?
Yeah, the run starts right now on this mission.
Yes.
If you can get EYG, then you have a run.
Definitely. So EYG is definitely everyone's.
It's a love-hate relationship with this skip. It's really cool, but if it goes wrong, it's really frustrating.
So Vallu is setting up fruit storage and having a purple Yoshi.
Oh so yeah, both runners can do fruit storage because they're not playing on JP. That's right.
Yes.
That always throws me off.
Nice clip through. Then get on a platform and...
Ooh, the shadow kind of scared me there, but he got it.
Yeah, there's no shadow on the platform. So basically there, you need to have a purple Yoshi to spray the enemy. And when it's racing that certain direction, it goes that way, that platform, when you have sprayed it. Then you need orange Yoshi to enter the secret. But why do you need the platform, Trey?
The platform is to cross the invisible void, because the Panda Park isn't actually loaded. Oh, he was attempting over the top of the middle, but he missed it. Dang.
That's it.
That's super risky strat.
Risky strat.
But I gotta respect him for going for it.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah, basically Panda Park isn't actually loaded when you clip through that gate. But while standing on a Yoshi platform, you can cross it safely.
And if you get stuck...
Over the top to the right, it's much safer.
Yes. And if you get stuck in that dead zone where there's a void from the platform, then there's a chance you may be soft locking, but most of the times you find yourself just dying after that.
Yeah, if you dismount Yoshi and enter the void, you're soft locked. But I believe if you're on Yoshi, you clip down to the bottom, you can still exit area.
Yes, that's what you can do.
So don't get off Yoshi and go in the void, or else your run's over. Can't continue from that.
And I believe both of the runners are not using memory cards, so the race is over if that soft lock ever happens.
Who found that skip? Asks Simbi. Well, basically, it was a collaborative effort between
a lot of people.
It was like 5 members of the Good People.
Okay.
It was originally Cited Williams asking Clayton SMS to see if the loading zone was there using practice codes, and it was. And then somehow using priorly known glitches put into the gate and stuff, like Pyro Shade and Capelon figured out how to actually do it. And then Kenny Cola was the first person to actually pull it off on console. So there you go. It was a group effort.
Putting up together the knowledge and all glitches and make a shine skippable.
One person couldn't have done it alone for sure. It's pretty complicated.
That's right. It would be really nice if you can unlock Yoshi earlier, but Peanut Park 4 is that episode where you unlock Yoshi. You cannot unlock it faster than that.
Oh, and Furore did the easier version of 3YG, which is 5YG. But it's still, you know, skip spin of 5, definitely worth doing.
Yes, screws are moving faster, they're smaller in episode 3. Meanwhile in episode 5, they're bigger and slower.
That was kind of a weird audio thing that happened. There was like no sound entering the secret.
That can happen sometimes.
Probably Amarek. Ooh, and Furore will save some time by not dying there.
Catching up to Vallu. So Vallu just woke up this blobber from a big nap. A long nap.
A nap inside some boxes.
Yes.
For some reason.
Oh.
He's got it. Luckily Enrico won. The length you got to pull that isn't very long, so you can generally save that if he like tries to attack you.
Yes, for Noki 2 and Rico 5, you have to pull it longer. Well, for Noki 2
as long as Rico 5? I wouldn't even know.
I actually don't know about Noki 2, but well.
Noki 2 I only ever see in Bingo, so
yes.
I don't know. It's a good question. Okay, Furore's finishing up Pinna. At a pretty dang solid pace for a runner of her caliber. I'm pretty impressed.
Yes, it looks like a good run so far. No big mistakes, just safe play, consistent. A question in the chat, who is ahead? Currently, Vallu is ahead by 2 signs.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, sorry, 1.
Like 1.5.
1. Yes. Currently, Vallu is in a Rico Harbor 2, and Furore is done with Pino Park, and they're gonna go to Rico 1.
Vallu messed up the GWK, which is a glitchy wall kick, which is essentially an inverted wall kick by using first-person mode storage.
By pressing Y button.
Yep.
Going for blobberless strats and hitting the both of the checkpoints, I would say. He should be fine.
Yeah, ever since Bouncy Boy started doing blooperless, it kind of caught on, and it saves up to 3 or 4 seconds of using the blooper. So
it is pretty reasonable, and with a blobber, if you happen to do a race with a blobber, you only have to worry about 1 loading zone there that you have to pass by, and it's the worst checkpoint you hit in blobberless.
Yeah, there's 2 checkpoints, but the second one's pretty easy to hit. So mainly the first one, you gotta like make sure you touch it.
Yes. You don't want to skip that because you have to do the race over again. Then.
Yeah, missing a checkpoint is by far the biggest mistake you can make there.
So
and Vallu gets the frame perfect trick. Holy crap.
Holy crap.
What an amazing hover.
So this game is hover to win after all.
Yeah. I wasn't lying.
So, episode 4, Secret Shine.
Oh yeah, we could see potentially a death here, but you know, I got faith in Vallu.
Me too. What do you say Rico Harper for secret is by far the hardest secret? Or
it's the hardest secret in that if you mess up somewhere, it's hard to recover quickly from it.
yes, that's a good point, because for other secrets you have a backup there, but this
Yeah,
secret,
Noki 6, like Rico 4, like the whole thing is cycle based pretty much. But like Noki 6, there's like little breaks you can stop at and then reset, like recollect yourself and then start going again.
yes, for Rico 2, make a one error with your movement and you're not gonna be in the same cycle anymore, so you have to improvise the movement or you'll potentially die because you're not in the same cycle anymore. But Vallu, as we had a wait for him with him, so.
Oh, and we're seeing the actual blooper race from Farore. This is the intended way. Well, that shortcut's not intended, but you know, it's the actual blooper.
Yes. And a green blooper is actually the best one out of those 3 colors.
Yeah, they're all the same top speed, but the green one controls by far the best. As long as you're holding up, it's just as fast as even purple.
Yes, but purple with the problem is no good handling. And
It's awful handling.
Yes, and always in a top speed. You cannot slow down.
Good luck beating Rico 6 with the purple blooper. I don't know if I can even do it. It's pretty hard.
Yeah. So Vallu
It's gonna take me a few tries.
Yes. So Vallu having a rematch with a blobber. This time he's not in a nap.
He's got to pull his mouth a little bit further. Ooh, and Farore also getting the frame perfect hover. Oh man. We got a good race here.
Hover to win.
So yeah, Rico 6 is coming up. As I was saying, he's going to use the green blooper again. And get some red coins in the water. I'm going to assume he does like the faster reverse route.
So taking the first red coin between the ships, then going right way for 3 red coins.
Farore having a good backup to that. Oh no, the wind!
You shouldn't have said
I shouldn't have said anything. It would have been a good backup. It would have been a
Those winds can be frustrating.
But
especially when you try to cover up there. Cover up yourself from that mistake.
But she knew how to recover it, so that's good.
Those twins are only showing up in a certain areas when you spawn and you go out of that certain area. They're gonna just despawn and won't attack you.
Yeah, no matter how good you are, that wind is extremely annoying. Ooh, risky rollout right there, but she seems confident in her movement. Alright, no Rico 4 deaths.
Very nicely done for both of the runners. That definitely is not the secret you want to die in. Because I think, well, there's a 1-up in the, like, almost in the end of the Rico 4 secret, but you had to grab it while you're...
Yeah, there's 2 1-ups, but one of them you gotta, like, wall kick up the thing to get it. It's kind of slow.
Yeah. Yes, and then the cycle is so off, so you wouldn't want to get that 1-up.
But if you really need it, it's there, so... Alright, Vallu getting a sub 50 Rico. That's pretty good for a race.
Splendido.
Alright. Vote 1 if you like Shine Get. Vote 2 if you like Splendido.
I will go with 1.
Shine Get is a classic, of course.
It is interesting. It is actually interesting why they only went with Shine.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shine Get makes.
It's like if you get a star, it's not gonna be like star.
Star.
Like it's just kind of weird, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know what they were thinking with that, but oh well.
Well, think about Odyssey. What if they went with you got a moon? Actually, what they do about it? A moon.
Just moon.
Moon.
That's it.
Oh, Vallu111 having some rough time with him.
Oh yeah, this blooper is giving her a hell of a time. Okay, there we go.
There we go. There we go.
I was afraid she didn't know the backup, but she figured it out. That's good.
Vallu starting with 30 Lake Secret.
Ooh, this is notorious. If you die at the end here, it's a pretty major time loss.
Yes. Only 2 hard jumps. Oh!
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. There's the start.
So now the ending cycles are going to be really weird.
Yes, he has to just completely do a different
Oh
strategy.
boy, he's all shaken up now. He's got a...
Yeah.
Oh, still going for it. Oh!
Oh, what is that?
Oh,
What's
wait!
it?
No!
No!
I thought he would save it. Yeah, that was a bit awkward. Still not as bad as dying at the end, but you know.
There's 2 1-ups you can grab here. One is Vallu111.
Although he skips one of them, so...
Well, then the other one is Vallu111 you use an elevator to get up with a cube.
Yeah, there's one up on this elevator that you shouldn't miss.
And right now he's in the same cycle. He wants the same cycle, I mean, in a cycle he wants to be, okay?
Mm-hmm. Probably gonna go for the standard ending. The roll out to the red platform, yep. And he nails it.
Very nicely done.
And we're seeing the old school route from Furore. Only 1 second slower, I think.
Yes, about the second slower. Still really...
Still like not free, but it's a little bit easier. The ending's kind of hard. Those 3 coins are kind of hard to get.
I would say it's not fun to miss a red coin when you just go through him, through the red coin because you're leaning with the flopper.
Yep. If Vallu goes for the quick kill here. Oh man. I wonder if he does.
You mean quick kill with that?
Oh, he does! He got it! Dude, I had a feeling he'd go for that. Oh man.
You don't know how hard that is.
That's becoming more common nowadays. I'm telling you. It's crazy.
People are getting better and better, man.
Splendido.
So what happened there exactly? When I explain.
So basically, with that setup, you approach him at like the earliest possible time you can spray him, because you can't spray him immediately. He has to like do a little jump in the air and then start moving. But like by doing a quick dive and sort of like hugging him, you like spam spray out of a slide animation and just kill him instantly where he is. It's pretty cool.
And that one spam spray is enough to kill him immediately there.
As long as it's like concentrated on him, it'll work. As you just saw.
Isn't it like every Shadow Mario having that just the same way to do a quick kill?
Yeah, every Shadow Mario has a quick kill, but some are just like not viable for runs.
Yes, like
unless you're crazy.
In the Serena Beach and Noki Bay, Shadow Mario is jumping and already moving when you start going at him, so you cannot stop him immediately.
Oh yeah, I think in Noki it's actually impossible to kill him any earlier.
Yes, he has to swing a little bit, then you can spam spray and get him. So Vallu111 is starting with probably every casuals and first playthrough players nightmare.
Yeah.
Especially mine, I have to say.
If you don't know about spam spraying, Manta's pretty hard.
Yes. Oh, what is this split thing? Seems very good.
That looks pretty good. I want to curse it. That looks pretty good.
Oh, don't hit him.
2 more, I think.
Yes.
Yep. That was pretty solid.
Very nicely done that.
Yeah, no matter how good you are, Manta can be really annoying if he splits up really badly.
You want to split them to smallest form as soon as possible because all the small ones are just gonna be running away from you. And the
Yeah,
bigger
once
ones,
they turn pink, they chase after you, which you want to have happen.
that was a really fast Manta.
That was insanely fast. That was probably like a 240, like a mid 240. Very nice. Better than most Mantas that I get.
I would say same. It feels like it was 230 split alone.
That might have been like a low 240 at least, yeah. That was crazy. Because even the pink phase was fast.
Yes.
Alright, Farore just gotta finish up Yonko. I believe she's still on PB pace.
It may be.
I don't really know, I forget the checkpoints for a 123, but mentally I feel like she is. I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. Fia. Which means go.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this guy's not gonna talk as much because of Italian text. Not that we don't like him, but you know.
Oh, having a little bit trouble with those fall clicks.
Yeah, this entrance to Serena 2 is kind of obnoxious sometimes. That was a good backup though.
Then this circuit itself, there is a momentum buffered spin jump you can do in the end, saving you 3 to 4 seconds. But the risk is that you die if you don't get it.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna go for it.
Yeah, it seems like. Let's see.
Pretty much every like sub 120 player goes for it nowadays, I feel like.
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah, I don't.
I'd recommend it. You know, once you figure it out, it's pretty scary.
It's scary.
It's not the worst thing ever.
The scariest. I just don't want to die.
That's a good point. But I mean, for a race, I wouldn't recommend it probably. But for attempts, for if you go for 116, you know, it's probably worth it.
Yes, definitely.
I remember the first time I saw that, I was in a Skype call with some people, and we were watching Tobo for some reason. This was like around the time he had like a 119. And, or it wasn't even 119, it might have been like before that. No, I think he had like a 119. And then he did that strat for the first time ever. We never saw it before, and it blew our minds. It was like, where did that come from? What the heck? I will never go for that in a million years.
Then you just.
But then you figure out, oh, instant momentum spin jumps aren't that hard. I could probably go for it. And then yeah, the hard part is that it's like a moving object, so you gotta time it just right.
Yes. When you're comfortable with the strat, you'll definitely go for it then. And Vallu doing banana split.
Banana split, aka Yoshi skip 2.
So basically, you need to have a Yoshi to get to that shine because up on the roof there's booze blocking your way to shine, and the only fruit you need is pineapple. Well, we're not gonna need that pineapple. We're just gonna need banana to split through.
I gotta make a banana split and then get through the glass. Yeah, Surrender 3 is a very cryptic mission casually. You're probably not going to figure it out without some help. Unless you're really smart.
Yes.
You gotta like spray some paintings and do all kinds of stuff.
Yes. There's that one room that drops you a pineapple from a box. And Vallu, it is amazing how this part is just skipped because a lot of random element because it's casino.
I can't emphasize enough that, like, I think if casino skip wasn't a thing, I probably wouldn't run this game. Because the casino is just awful to deal with.
Yes. You have to deal with the slot machines, and after that you have to do a sort of, like, spray at the wall and make the pieces in the right places, I guess, to open to wipe them and get to the secret.
A sub 1 hour Serena 4 is a very good checkpoint. In 2014, that would be world record pace.
Yes, that was like would be like
that was like the sign of a really good run. Was a sub-hour Serena 4.
yes,
And nowadays
always.
it's sub-hour Serena 5, which only like Ndede gets. So that's pretty
Only
absurd.
I think only 2 runners has ever got sub 1 hour Gimpu split.
I've never gotten that. I think like Leviton and Ndede only have gotten that.
Leviton has and Ninide.
Maybe Nanashi has? I don't really know.
I don't think Nanashi, I've never seen him because he only streams on
Not that I know of.
But we never know about Japanese runners.
They're a little more mysterious to us Western folk.
That is true.
You gotta
So,
respect their race potential though, because of that.
Yes. I got me beat all that new ditch sometimes.
That was the fastest safe entry I've ever seen from Farore. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was a really safe.
That was like the fastest intended way I've ever seen.
In that way, for sure.
Just like spray, jump, spray, jump, spray, jump, and you're there.
Yes. Meanwhile, Vallu starting with the king of the
A really
RNGs.
fun level. I mean, it's a casino. It's gonna be fun, right?
Yes, of course. You're gonna win some prizes, right?
Spin to win.
Spin to win. Oh.
Oh, he's not winning so far.
What is
though.
that? What is that?
That's an extra cycle. That's 7 seconds lost right there.
Not
Only
anymore.
one though. He wants to get fruit.
Oh well, not so much good luck so far. But that durian there was a really nice spot. Immediately damaging Gimpu.
Yeah, durians, you don't gotta pick him up, you can just kick him into him. It's the most optimal fruit.
Spawning the enemies there, then canceling the cycle. And let's hope for more bubbles or... Oh
no.
Oh no.
Farore needs this right now. Please, 9 extra cycles. I think the record is 9 extra.
9 extra.
The most I've seen is 7.
The most I've ever got is 7.
Funnily enough, my former PB in 120 had 7 extra King Boo cycles.
Oh.
Which was like the main identifier to me to like, okay, I could probably get sub 3 if I just don't do that again. Or King Boo's nice to me, then let's do this. And sure enough. Oh no, bubbles.
Oh no, more bubbles.
So bubbles don't waste time, but they are annoying and they get in the way, so.
Yes, especially they're getting on the way and there's somehow homing attacking you. How did they do that?
Yeah, they like somehow, they have like heat sensors or something.
Yeah.
They just like, they sense out Mario's position.
So not so bad, Gimpu, I would say.
That was like 2 extra, I believe.
Yes, 2 extra. Pretty common.
Yeah, 1 or 2 is
amount of cycles. Yes, or none at all, which you want, but Gimpu is never nice.
He's never nice. Only in bad runs. He's nice to you. But obviously Vallu has a good run, so he was mean, so. That proves it.
And here comes one of the signs with really big differences in different versions, Japanese and English versions.
Yeah, in JP, you gotta clean pretty much everything. In PAL and English, you can literally just like spray 2 little things and it's over. Like, the difference is pretty crazy. You can miss so much in this and it still counts. Yeah, that was a quick death, not a bad death at all from Farore.
Yes, it's like, it's fine if you just die in the beginning. Oh.
Although dying twice is not good.
Yes.
Still though, less time than dying Venus, like Bianca 6 or something. As long as she maintains her life count, it'll be fine.
Yes.
Probably still on PB pace. Oh no, Vallu's having some trouble here.
This is not JP, man. What are we doing? There you go.
Yeah, this is JP. What's going on? That seemed like enough for non-JP, but apparently it wasn't.
Yeah, it seemed like, but I guess those.
I don't know what he missed.
Those spots he didn't play mattered then a little bit. We had synchronized Shine Get.
Good sync. I think Vallu's on I don't even know. 118 pace probably.
It looks like so far.
I think like you finish at a low 103 to be at 115. Actually, I don't even know. My numbers are failing me right now.
For my own memory, I only memorize those certain checkpoints, not like after beating a world.
I haven't grinded 8% in so long, I forget what a good Serena time is.
Very nice. Quick kill, I would say, for Vallu.
Mm-hmm.
There's even crazier quick kill here, but...
Yeah, you know that thing in Bianca that he did? You can do that in Serena as well, but it's way harder.
Yes, because he's already moving, so
yep.
You have to catch him quickly.
I can never figure that one out. I tried it for like 5 minutes, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. There's no way. As fast as it would be.
So, Vallu starting with my favorite stage, the speedrun.
Me too.
It has the least amount of RNG, just no keep 1 having a little bit small randomness in the beginning with those blobs, but that's it really. Oh, having that fast start. Interesting. That's really hard.
Ooh, yeah, that's not gonna work. You gotta have a really specific angle to get the double wall kick there, but the triple is fine.
Yes, and if he was going for all the fastest strats here, he would be making the earliest cycle. People go, it's just an indie cycle, but...
Yeah, it's just like the first cycle of Pokemon. However, I remember back in the day before we were fast, we thought that was an impossible cycle to make. But with just better movement coming out over the years, it's actually possible. So, pretty sick.
And there has to be like almost no errors if you want to make that fastest cycle.
You gotta go for the double wall kick and almost be perfect.
I remember or heard that triple wall kick works, but it doubles.
Then you actually have to be perfect then.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're not gonna make it. I think Farore has 1 extra so far.
I think so.
I didn't watch too closely. I know she has at least 1 extra. Oh, 2 extra. Shoot.
So that's an extra.
King Boo not being too nice to either of these players. So Noki 2, we were talking about earlier, there's a blooper fight here.
What blooper
We're probably not going to see it.
What blooper fight?
I don't know.
I don't know.
He shows up in bingo sometimes, I've heard.
Yeah, I only know there's a spring up here that you use. It's kind of useful, actually.
It's a pretty broken spring, because it's an expanding object, and that's perfect for clipping. Although, unfortunately, that spring only exists in Noki.
Yeah, it's
otherwise,
really
other levels could have pretty broken clips, too.
Yeah. It's interesting why it's only in a Noki Bay, but it's understandable because there's a rocket nozzle all the way up there where you will be using it.
Yeah, this game has many one-off things. It's kind of like the stack and stew, only one in the whole game. It's pretty interesting. Oh man, whenever I watch a non-JP Serena 6, I'm just like, oh god. You're missing so much, what are you doing? But it's fine.
Missing a little bit. But it might make a defense there at the end. We will see.
Looking better than Vallu so far on this. Oh no, out of water, shoot.
Oh, there's still some spots that should be enough.
That could have been really good, but unfortunately she missed like just enough to not finish it yet. Oh well. It happens. Okay, as always, we're gonna judge Vallu's movement from the 7th coin to the 8th coin here. Pretty solid. You know, he knew the neutral trick.
Yeah.
You hold neutral, you can go back instantly.
which took a little bit while to figure out why you can start moving immediately.
It's not very intuitive. You'd think like, oh, hold back immediately, but
You actually
doesn't work that way.
You actually have to hold in a neutral the joystick, then move.
Yeah, when you hold neutral on the ground, he stops in place.
All the momentum is gone. I like how it says via when you're in Delfino Plaza, or just go.
Via.
Via. So, we're gonna be a dentist, or Vallu is gonna be a dentist for a while.
Farore getting Shadow Mario before going up the stairs, which is always good. Yeah, the eel fight is always really tough to learn when learning this game. Yes,
it's one of those things you want to know when you're getting into game. It's good to practice eel fight because I think that's the one where you will be getting the biggest time saves, I would say.
Before practice codes, it was a huge pain to practice this, but nowadays there's no excuse. So you got practice codes there, which really help.
Practice codes has made a practice in this game so much better. Like for every game, practice codes are making it so.
Yeah, for those watching, thinking about running this game, now is a better time than any to pick it up because you got so many good resources. And I wish I had back in the day. And Samu too, I bet.
I mean, me too, yes. And Vallu going for a 6-tooth. Let's see how it goes.
Ooh,
it's gonna go.
6-tooth.
Setting up.
Gets in the mouth really nicely. And he gets the cutscene skip. That was like perfect.
Yes, taking damage or just having the invisibility frames on, you'll be able to skip a cutscene. I'm pretty sure people have been getting it by accident and never figuring out what happened there. Basically, you're supposed to have a cutscene there, and the sign appears. Then you have to fall all the way down and lose like 20 seconds.
Although, if you hug the wall as you're falling, you lose only 15 seconds.
Oh, new ditch that I don't know about.
Oh, really? You don't know about the hugging the wall strats?
No.
Let me tell you. Basically, the area where the eel sort of is, there's like a cylinder where you fall down slower for some reason. But if you go outside that cylinder as you're falling, you fall a little bit faster.
That is interesting.
So if you miss cutscene skip, that's good to know to hug the outside and you'll fall down faster. It's a pretty good backup strat.
Back in the day when I was running, and I'm still running, I didn't know that. And there's still actually, I have to say, there's still some stuff I just don't know about.
There's so much to know in this game.
Yes.
I'm always learning stuff.
Like leaping through in a certain places to get out of bounds are still really unknown.
You can clip through pretty much anything in this game if you try hard enough.
Yeah.
Although most clips are useless, they just look kind of cool.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Just almost every clip is useless. Other than just a couple like faro race doing, which is very useful.
Vallu went for a 24 there. I wonder what the significance of that is. I wonder.
Maybe he's hinting at something.
Foreshadowing? Who knows?
Who knows? So, next time for Vallu is Noki 6.
Probably
one of
your favorite mission, right?
Of course.
Especially at the end of runs.
In the end of the runs, when you're having a pressure on, it definitely is nice to go through one more secret level without luck.
And arguably the hardest one at that.
Yes.
Ooh, Vallu's gonna be attempting the rope movement.
Yes.
People have been in the lab, I'm impressed.
Maybe I should be in the lab as well.
He's the best 3D Mario runner for a reason. Oh man, that was almost perfect. Wow, good stuff, Vallu.
Spoke so soon. What about the secret itself?
Ooh, we will have to find out.
Are we gonna see a green cycle?
Is he attempting the green cycle?
Looks so good.
Oh
Wall
no!
kick.
That was a solid attempt up to that point, though. Definitely could have made it. He's gonna play it safe. Oh no!
No!
Timed that just a little bit off, unfortunately.
At this point, most of the runners are either waiting for that gonna cycle like just Vallu did, or making it save and walk.
I would have just like done like the intended wall kick at that point, but
Yes.
he is determined to go for that skip, and he got it.
Can't blame him. Oh, the bonk. He was supposed to get a wall jump there by holding the control stick backwards, but what is he doing? Oh no! He got
Oh, I
stuck.
saw that coming too. Damn.
Those picks.
Farore needs about 3 or 4 more of those, and she'll catch up.
Yeah. And Vallu is having 1 life.
This
What do you
actually
think?
is a sticky situation.
Vallu has to make a
Wait,
decision.
it's 2 lives, right?
He has 1 life currently.
Wait, is it 0-0?
It's 1-0-1.
Okay, I thought it was like no lives left at all. I was like, oh,
Oh.
I'd be terrified in that situation.
I would be terrified as well.
I think for
There
now
is
on,
a
I'm gonna
nail.
store my race's memory card in so I can save and quit if I have to. Just in case I keep dying for some reason.
That is a good plan.
Because you do not want a game over in these races. It's just over.
Yes, if you game over anywhere in the end without a memory card, you start from a
You start from the beginning of the game.
Yes. Or you just start there where you last time saved, but every time runners are always gonna go with without a memory card because it saves time to match through the text in the end. Of the
Farore
finish
almost
line.
had a 5-tooth, but 4-tooth is still better than most people can do. As you can see, she manipulates the eel to try to eat her, and then gets out just in time to not get eaten.
Oh, she will a little bit.
And going for the air damage cutscene skip, I believe. Doesn't quite get it though.
Didn't have enough time for it, so
Yeah, on non-JP versions, you can actually rely on air damage to get the cutscene skip, which kind of helps.
for some reason, for a Japanese person, when you take damage by just doing nothing, air damage, I guess, you have like 15 frames.
You
or
flash
less.
red for like 3 frames.
Yes, pretty much. You have no time to react to that to get a cutscene skip. You have
Oh,
to take that.
watch this, Damon, watch this. Hugging the wall, and you fall faster.
Which ball?
You just hug the wall.
Oh,
And then she fell down faster that way.
it's
As opposed to staying in the middle.
so Vallu. Don't disappoint me. Go for Vasti Corona, please. Just for me.
For Finland.
For Finland.
Oh, he's not doing it. Oh well.
You cheated me. Oh,
He
no.
doesn't need it.
So Vast Corona is in the end of the run. Do you think most of the runners would be opting to go for that if they know it?
If you grinded as much as I did, you can do it, but most runners haven't. It's pretty hard.
Saves you
Although I
4
know
seconds.
you and I both go for it, as far as I know. So.
Yes, I go for it.
I think actually me seeing you doing it inspired me to learn it.
Yeah.
I was like, if Samu can do it, he's kind of rusty. I can do it too, right?
So basically,
like
with the Vast,
You just came back to the game at that point, so.
Yes. So basically, with the Vast Corona, I mean that there's a. It's always those platforms or spikes are always in the same cycle, and when you make all the cycles without hitting the spikes in time, or should I explain this after this meat glitch? here?
Yeah, fruit storage. I mean rocket storage. not
Rocket
fruit
storage.
Fruit storage, what?
Fruit storage.
There's no fruit. Oh, well.
So he just launched himself up there with the glitches. Okay. So Vast Corona. Those are in a cycle, and if you can actually make the cycle by having all the specific movements there, then you save just roughly 4 seconds. If you don't get it, you just wait for a cycle and do it normally like everybody would do. But the movement is very hard, and a single mistake
To put it
results in
lightly.
death. A single mistake results in death. That's it. Long story short.
If you mess up, in some cases you can just like slow down and opt for the regular cycle, but usually you're gonna die. So pretty risky movement. I believe Vallu could have gone to 118 if not for the Noki 6, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, without Noki 6 deaths, he was in a 118 base.
My prediction of the pace was right. And if he doesn't get gooped here, he will finish with a 120.
120.
That'll do it for Vallu.
Congratulations, Vallu.
Yep, considering he's been pretty much just playing Odyssey, that's really good. Good stuff. I don't believe Odyssey movement translates very well to Sunshine.
Maybe a little bit, but
they're quite a bit different.
Especially diving.
Oh yeah, diving is way different. And spin jumping is almost pointless, right?
Yes, it's kind of pointless.
That's a shame.
Oh
no!
That's corner!
Dude, okay, the way collision works in this game, she was at such an angle to where she couldn't wall kick. Like there's like a window of angles where you can't do that.
Yes.
That's pretty unfortunate. Ooh, risky dive right there. Okay, on a steep slope. Let's see if she can clutch this out though. Save time on Vallu here. Yeah, honestly, Farore's playing really well this race. Like, she would have had to PB by over 3 minutes to be Vallu, so that wasn't gonna happen. But
yes,
on the off chance that Vallu messed up a lot, you know, you always gotta try your hardest.
Yes, when you have an opponent that is pretty much better than you in terms of personal best, you kind of have to go all in if you want to beat that and make an upset.
No matter what, you gotta give it 100%. I mean, Farore upsetted Kenny Cola last race, so anything's possible.
Anything is possible, exactly. And over a game like this, RNG is there, the randomness is there, so it can make a difference as well.
I feel like in that sense, RNG kind of like equalizes things better, which makes more upsets more possible, which is pretty interesting.
Yes.
If it was just like all skill the whole way, we wouldn't see as many upsets, which wouldn't be as cool. So that's pretty cool.
Farore finishing with a shine. Last shine.
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 It's no Splendido, but
no Splendido.
Oh well. So looking like 125 pace, which is pretty solid. She's been pretty consistent recently. She's been really in the lab.
The lab.
Labbing those strats. Like you do. Let's see if we get a strong finish here. And I'm assuming after she finishes, Vallu will want to do an interview really quick.
Yes.
We could ask him. But first, we gotta see this Corona.
Do you remember ever having trouble first time you entered Corona Mountain?
Oh, like casually?
Yes.
I don't remember, honestly. It was so long ago. I think it was kind of hard for me.
I always had trouble with the boat because those...
Oh, the boat, for sure, yeah, the boat.
The mechanic with the boat is just something you don't want to deal with as a burst player, but as a speedrunner...
If you didn't have trouble with the boat, then I'm really impressed. Because the boat is really bad. It's really unintuitive how to control it.
It is very hard to control and make it to go into that direction you want it to go to.
You gotta know, like, okay, in the front of the boat, spraying each direction makes it go in the direction you spray, but in the back, it's the opposite. So it's very strange how it works, but once you figure out the physics, you know, it's not terrible, I guess. You just gotta figure it out.
And speaking of that, rocket storage. So she's doing it from standing. There's basically two ways to do the rocket storage. The one way is by doing it from a jumping. You jump and launch your are starting to charge your rocket, and while you land, you have stored the rocket, but to make it to work, you have to start side stepping, but You have to do it twice if you want to get the maximum amount of height to get to the trigger. So you do one from a jumping or twice as a standing. As a standing, you can stack it like how many times?
Yeah, basically the old way by jumping, you can only do one of them, but the sidestep animation canceling thing, you can do infinite of those. So you can just like stack those up and then go as high as you want.
And wasn't there like a limit for it that you can stack it for just for?
I think it's infinite.
Oh.
After like 1,000 or so, you reach the ceiling. Like you zoom from like the ground to the ceiling like in one frame. So it's like there's kind of a limit, but not really.
In a Delfina Plaza, you can do that if you want to. There's one spot next to the Noki Bay where you can get infinite father.
Yeah, if you're under a sprinkler, you can do infinite and go pretty freaking high.
And Farore is finishing
125, like I said. Most all Corona. Good stuff. And now I'm assuming, okay, Farore's in here. What's up?
Hello.
Good job on that race.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's up?
I could tell you were giving it your all.
Oh yeah, I was. I made a couple big mistakes there, but it was not a bad run, honestly.
It's a race
for me.
It's a race.
Yeah, exactly. It's a race. And I wasn't PBing by 2.5 minutes in this run, so.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's like,
yeah.
I guess the good enough player, like, you can bank on them messing up a lot, so you want to always try, but, you know, they want to get too bent out over it.
Right. Exactly. Not a big deal.
Getting this far, making an upset against Kenny Cola is really impressive.
Thank you.
Speaking of Kenny Cola, do you think you have a chance at possibly getting the double upset because you're facing him again now?
Oh, for sure.
That's going to be a good match.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit.
Oh yeah, I'm putting my time in right now, and I'm not giving it up. That's for sure.
Congratulations, Vallu.
And joining us.
Thank you.
There you go.
What are your thoughts on that race?
It was alright.
Unfortunate those dates, especially Noki 6.
Yeah, Noki 6 was a little bit rough, but that's alright.
It's always.
Yeah. I don't know what happened at the end.
It's like, that peg is just sometimes really...
The yellow peg, yeah.
Yeah. Getting stuck inside there, and sometimes you can be lucky and actually save yourself by clicking through.
You just like jump through it randomly, you're like, okay, I'll take it. But not always so lucky.
So Vallu is moving on to bracket, I think.
Ooh, the single elimination bracket with a bye because he won both matches.
Yes.
Good stuff.
I wanted that one, but you know.
So I saw, Vallu, you were playing a bit of Sunshine recently. How much did you prepare for this race?
I've mostly been trying to learn new strats instead of practicing consistency, but I'm getting back to it and doing some runs.
I think I noticed them too because you went for the quick kill on Bianco 7 and got it, which is pretty cool.
I was impressed you did that.
Yeah, that's one of the new strats I learned.
And then also the Noki 6 rope movement, you pretty much had perfectly until the end, so that's really cool also.
Yeah. Thank you.
Definitely give these both of the runners a follow. They put a great show today for us.
Yep, definitely good runs from both sides.
Thank you. I'm excited for the next match for sure.
Yeah, I think the Kenny Cola Farore rematch, you don't want to miss that, guys.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss that.
It's gonna be a good one.
Kenny is gonna choke again. And
I hope so.
I'm just kidding. I love Kenny, but who knows?
I love Kenny, but I want him to choke.
Of course.
I'll take a free win. I don't want that to be close.
Oh man, I wonder how much Kenny's preparing for that.
I have a feeling he is actually practicing more than he's letting on.
He does not want to lose again.
No, I would imagine he doesn't. I wouldn't be surprised if he beat me this time around, but I really am gonna try my best. I'm putting everything I got into it.
That's good.
Good luck.
I'm glad you do UIG now. That definitely helps.
Oh yeah, for sure. Turns out it's easy. Who knew?
for these kind of races, I may ask you from Nice, are you prepared for like any bad situations, like putting on a memory card if you run out of lives?
Yeah, I started with a memory card always for races.
I personally just am like, whatever.
I think for now on I'm gonna do that just in case for some reason I'm dying a lot. I'm like, you know, if I die one more time, I'm gonna game over. But I'm pretty nervous now. So with a memory card though, you're not as nervous. So
I'm gonna regret it eventually, but I go memory cardless for fun.
it's more exciting for sure.
Yeah.
Just the thrill that you could game over. It's like, oh
Exactly.
man.
The pressure.
Ooh.
The pressure that is there.
The pressure could be a helpful thing, like it was in that Kenny match though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm still wowed by that. I don't know if I can pull that off again.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's Kenny. It's Kenny
Yeah,
after all.
exactly. Not too worried about Kenny Cola.
So, any shout outs you want to give, guys, to anyone?
Shout out to Quaniza, because he's my boy.
There we go.
And thank you two for commentating this. I made it great.
Yeah,
Sure.
shout
No
outs
problem.
to
It was
Trey
an
and
honor.
for commentating.
And thank you for the race value. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you as well. GG.
Thank you too.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. What are the racers?
Well, this has been Speed Gaming 4. We're gonna sign off, I guess.
Absolutely. Have a good night, everyone.
All right.
Have a
Keep
good
watching
one.
these races.
Have a good one.
See ya.
Shout outs to my co-commentator, Average Ray.
Oh yeah, thank you for commentating with me, Samu, as well.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, peace, folks.
Peace, folks. This has been Samurai Man. Peace.